Hello, welcome to Lakewood Next Daily Devotions. About this time last year, my family went on a cruise to celebrate my in-laws' 50th wedding anniversary. And in the almost the whole year leading up to this cruise, my kids were excited for what was coming. They would keep a little countdown of, okay, now we have 5 months left, we have 4 months left, and then it got to where instead of counting months, we were counting weeks, and then we were counting days, and then hours. But I remember when we were still about the weeks section of this, one of my kids just shouted out one night, "Oh, why can't it just be here now?" They wanted it to be there. They were ready to go on the cruise. That imagery right there is what I want you to hold into your mind as we talk about this next verse in the Sermon on the Mount. It's Matthew chapter 5, verse 6. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. We've talked about how blessed are the poor, blessed are those who mourn, blessed are the meek. Each one of those it depicts this longing for things to be the way that they should be, like the way that they were created to be. And this is no different. It says, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. Righteousness in and of itself means to be made right, to be right. And so for us to hunger and thirst after righteousness means that we want things to be right. And one of the questions that I have as I read through this is this talking about a personal righteousness, or is this talking about more of a global righteousness, a global rightening of everything that sin has wronged? And, well, to be honest, I don't know. When I think about Psalm 63, when David said, "In a dry and weary land where there is no water, my soul thirsts for you." And he goes on to say, "Your love is better than life." It brings about this understanding of a longing for a personal relationship with God, of being made right before God. But when we think about the coming kingdom, and when Revelation 21:4 talks about every tear being dried up to a place where there is no mourning, there's a longing for that as well. And so when we ask the question, well, which is this that Jesus is talking about? Is this a longing for a personal, relational righteousness, or is this longing for the kingdom of God righteousness? And I believe the answer to that question is yes. We long for the coming kingdom while we are being transformed as citizens of that kingdom. We want it all. To have the boldness and familiarity to call God Father, and the hunger that His kingdom will come and that His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That is the hunger and the thirst after righteousness. We long for the kingdom of God and who we are in it. We long to see all that sin has made wrong made right. And we are thrilled at the thought of experiencing the completely restored relationship with our Father that is only possible whenever His righteousness becomes our righteousness. We want it all. And the promise of Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount, in these Beatitudes, is that when we hunger and thirst for righteousness, we will be satisfied. Take a second before you go on with your day. Spend it in prayer. Ask God to put that hunger and that thirst for righteousness in you, and then do that daring thing of saying, "Okay, God, what's next?"